Hey you guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Natalia Vivino. I'm the current Elphaba standby on the Wicked National Tour, and today I'm doing a Broadway Media Instagram story takeover. So let's do a Q&A, you guys. If you have any questions about what it's like being a standby on a national tour for a show like Wicked, send them my way, and let's get this going. So there's always an initial audition, and that's either in New York or LA. For me, it was LA, and then there's a series of callbacks, and then depending on when you find out, that will vary. I found out 6 months later. Some people find out days later. So one of the unique parts of being a standby is how often you go on is always going to fluctuate. So there may be periods where it's been a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden you're doing a show, or you do a couple shows in a row. So there's really never a guarantee with how often you're going to go on or when you're going to do a show. But the beautiful thing about that is it really teaches you how to trust yourself as an artist and to trust your ability to go out there and do the thing and do it to the best of your ability, no matter how long it's been in between. So that's been a really incredible learning experience for me. And I've honestly loved it. I'm actually glad you asked this. I get asked this a lot, and I've never, answered it before. But no, I've never experienced a witch switch, no mid-show change like that, though you have to be ready just in case. Really nothing too extreme. I think the shortest amount of time I've had is, maybe an hour and a half, which is great. It's plenty of time, so... yeah, it's been good. The fastest I could get green, are you ready for this, is 7.5 minutes, because our makeup artist, Miss Joyce, is amazing. And I asked her this question a while back. She's like, yep, 7.5 minutes. You are incredibly sweet, and thank you so much. It is a really cool job. It's a very different kind of job. But one that is really important to have in a show like this. So thank you. This is my first tour. This is my first, I did a lot of theater before this and regional stuff, but this is the first big thing I've ever done. I appreciate you so much. There's some false info being spread around that I'm green every single night, and I'm not. Ooh, I'm glad you asked this question. So I had a no-fly, and that was my 4th show. It was in Atlanta, and it's strange. I remember bits and pieces. So for those of you who don't know, a no-fly show is when Elphaba does not go in the air via the levitator. The contingency for that is that she runs out center stage and she's on the ground, and everyone around her they create the illusion that she's up in the air by being on the floor and looking up. That happened to me in Atlanta. If you're Elphaba and this happens to you, you're only going to find out seconds before. So it really wasn't bad. I thought it was fine. I was just there wasn't much time to really think about it. You just had to run out and do it. And then it was oh, okay, I'm just standing and singing the end of Defying Gravity, and it was fine. It was my 4th show. There were a million other things I was thinking about, and the no-fly was honestly the least of my concerns. Talia and I both met when we started rehearsals for the show. So we started the tour at the same time, and actually our first interaction was an Instagram DM conversation. But she's amazing and I love her. My favorite one, honestly, is For Good. I just love it so much. It's very soothing to sing it. I don't know what it is. It's just it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I love connecting with Glinda. Since I just said favorite song, so I'll say favorite scene is Fallen House, the one where Glinda and Elphaba have their cat fight and the slap and all that. That's my favorite. It's my favorite. Thank you so much. I first joined this company in August 2019. So August 25th or 26th. I learned the part in 4 weeks, and then my rehearsals will vary. I will sometimes have run-throughs, or I do my own form of rehearsing backstage to keep up with everything. Ooh, my favorite costume, aside from the Act 2 Elphaba dress, is Glinda's ball gown that she wears after Thank Goodness, and also Elphaba's dress that she comes out of in The Well. Yes, she has. And this is a question I've never really answered in depth before, but my older sister, Donna, was actually a standby in the first national tour of Wicked, and then she took over the role as Elphaba also in the first national. So it's been really cool to be able to reach out to her for advice or tips, because she was a former standby herself. And so she knows what that life is like, covering a role as big and challenging as Elphaba. So she's been great. I mean, one of the best pieces of advice she gave me, honestly, is to just, no matter what, like, have fun with it and enjoy what you're doing and cherish what you're doing, and to not be so hard on yourself, because, being a cover, whether it's a standby, an understudy, swing, it's a very hard job. There can be a lot of pressure on you sometimes, like, to maybe to be perfect, or to go out there and make, like, no mistakes, but you're human and it's going to happen. So it's, important to know how to forgive yourself when those things happen, and just, above all, to just, like, have fun with it. And speaking of former covers and standbys, I have a former standby with me today. This is our beautiful Elphaba. Hi. This is Talia Suskower. She was a standby in Be More Chill on Broadway right before joining Wicked. Do you want me to post that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my true self.
It is. And she's wonderful. And it's a joy working with her.
Roommates.
And they were roommates. It's really crazy. Like, it's so trippy. I was 13 years old when I first saw Wicked, and I saw my sister as Elphaba on the tour. It was for my birthday, and it was like, I never thought I would reach this point. That is so cool that you got to see the show that many times. Gosh, Nola feels like a million years ago. My favorite fan experience has got to be after my debut, which was in Vegas. That one is my favorite because it was just so special and cool, not only to have the support of the whole cast and crew when I went on for the first time, but also because there were fans who came to see the show, and they were just as supportive of me, and waited at the stage door to say hi, and it was such a crazy day in general. So to have that support meant so much, and I'll never forget it. Ooh, I would take her to a really cool bookstore. There's one I love in LA. It's called The Last Bookstore. I'd take her there. And we'd also go to, like, a really nice cafe that's quiet. It really depends on my mood. Sometimes I want sweet stuff because I have a big sweet tooth. Other times I'm like, give me popcorn. Elphaba's not very concerned with fashion, so, when she's not wearing her glasses anymore after Popular, sure, like, there's some kind of magic or something. Or maybe her prescription just isn't that high. I have a very high prescription, so I wouldn't make it. One of my biggest dream roles is to be Louise in Gypsy. I love Gypsy. It's one of my favorite shows. What's another one? Oh, Baker's Wife and Into the Woods. In the show, I love all the Elphaba, like, incantation songs that we get to do. And the very first one she does right before Defying Gravity is my favorite. The Aben Take, one that makes her fly. The first time I ever flew in the air at the end of that song, it didn't really hit me right away. And then when I did it in a more performance type of setting, I got pretty emotional. Elphaba has taught me the importance of standing up for myself. Playing Elphaba has taught me how to believe in myself. Getting to cover this dream of a part in a show that I truly did not think I would be part of, at least for many, many years. And to do it alongside one of my closest friends is amazing. So the greenifying process starts at half hour, and it takes about 30 minutes to apply. And then to get it all off, that really depends on how much practice you've had with it. I have thought about this way too much. I've thought about it a lot. Maybe she is. Who knows? But that's a very good question. I have a lot of adult coloring books on the road with me and a gajillion different thin colored pens and all kinds of stuff. And when I want to relax, I play some music and I color. I've been in The Addams Family. I've been in Sister Act, Children of Eden, Bye Bye Birdie, All Shook Up, Legally Blonde. Hopefully doing what I continue to love to do, which is perform, and with all my friends and loved ones by my side. I just want to thank you all so much for watching this takeover today and participating. Broadway Media, thank you for having me. I had so much fun, and I hope to do it again sometime. Take care, you guys. Thanks again.